play it, and then we play it again. And then if I want to ask if they can, if it was laggy to everybody, not thumbs up, it's okay, play twice.
Pak Delil. Good afternoon, Pak Delil. Hello, Pak Delil. Hello, Pak. Hello, Pak. Good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome. This is TV Republic Indonesia or TV3 or RTM. Oh, sorry, DKTV. Sorry. DKTV. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Adelie, good afternoon. I'm Andrew here. So I suppose you are in Jakarta, right?
No.
Oh, Sangkut here in KL. That's better lah. Wherever it is, anyway, got to stay home, okay? Yeah. So I also hardly go out also. You guys are young. I'm a high risk category. That's live. So this partly your broadcast will be live on YouTube, right? That's good. So I think, what would you be able to see how many participants are? Maybe you can share it with Puba later on so that he can report to the AICLA board, and I think it's good for everybody. That's good. So this time around we have, of course, close to 500 registered participants. But as usual, I think perhaps if we can have 75% joining, because there will be 25% last minute cannot make it, or will be late. Then they may come in late, but it's good. This DKTV, if you don't mind, I mean, we still have a little bit of time. Is your personal thing or? Okay. Okay. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. That's great. Anyway, thank you for agreeing to broadcast our webinar as well. So hopefully it will also create some awareness and whatnot about. So if they say, if we want to mention that participants, or they can even access in the future to view it as well, isn't it? If they miss this one. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. So back to Puba. Are the people, are the participants?
I'm going to let them in. I just want to introduce Pak Delil to our speaker, our guest speaker, Mr. Sujen from Approved Forensic. He's a forensic engineer. Pak Delil, this is Sujen. Sujen.
Hi, Pak Delil. I like your backdrop.
So if it's okay, guys, I will open everybody to come in. We got 108. Yeah. Are you already streaming on your side, Pak Delil? Okay. So I'm going to admit all, and 1 minute after they come in, we will start. I will mute all. Then when you want to speak, please speak.
Puba, can you hear?
Mr. Harold from Myanmar. Yeah, hi, Harold.
Hi, Harold. Can you hear?
Andrew, we have 130 people in already. You want to wait for another 1 minute?
We wait for the 1 minute, no problem.
Okay, thank you.
Andrew, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Công phát trái, công phát trời.
How's the situation over your end?
It cannot be good lah at this point in time.
I mean COVID lah.
Yeah lah, COVID lah. It's
Yeah.
bad. It's bad. The numbers are still high.
So when you getting your jab, boss?
I think the Malaysian one, they will start end of this month, but it's only to the frontliners first, followed by civil servants, particularly teachers. Then only it will come to the general population.
Well, the day they escorted the vaccine along the causeway, man.
To drama lah.
To drama.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody, and selamat sore, kawan-kawan, teman-teman dari Jakarta. Selamat datang to this session on talk by AICLA. We are very happy to have so many of you participants joining us on this program organized by AICLA. The topic is on latest technology to assist with remote site visits and inspection presented by the guest speaker from Approved Group International. We will let our chairman of the International Division of AICLA, Mr. Andrew Khoo, do the introduction. But meanwhile, thank you also to our supporters for the event, the Malaysian Insurance Institute, AMLA, Association of Malaysian Loss Adjusters, the Loss Adjusters Association of Singapore, LAAS, APCAI. APCAI is the Broker Association from Jakarta, and APARI as well. APCAI being the Loss Adjuster Association in Jakarta, APARI being the Broker Association from Jakarta, and DKTV, who is Pak Delil, who's doing live streaming. So I pass the mic to Mr. Andrew Khoo to give his welcome speech to the event. Mr. Andrew Khoo.
Thank you, Puba. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Andrew Khoo. I'm the chairman of the International Division of AICLA, and also a board member of AICLA. And for those celebrating Chinese New Year, Gong Xi Fa Cai, and we are still within the celebration date. And another warm welcome to all the participants to this webinar, latest technology to assist with remote site visits and inspections. And I think this is the most appropriate time to have this, what we call a webinar on this available technology in view of the current pandemic, not only in Asia, but throughout the world. And I'm also very pleased to note that there has been an overwhelming response to this webinar. I was informed there are close to 500 registered participants, and special mention must be noted to those participants from Indonesia. They make up close to 40–50% of the participants. Is there any echo when I speak? Are you all hearing it clearly?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, good. So again, on behalf of AICLA, I would like to thank our partners in this seminar, the MII, Malaysia Insurance Institute, the Association of Malaysian Loss Adjusters, AMLA, APARI, the Association of Insurance and Reinsurance Brokers Indonesia, APCAI, the Association of Loss Adjusters Indonesia, And also to DKTV, Pak Delhi, for allowing or to arrange this broadcast live on YouTube. So for you can inform your friends. For those who couldn't make it to this webinar, please go to the YouTube and it will be there for you to watch the whole presentation. And thank you to Talent Asia and Consulting for hosting and organizing this webinar, and the principal consultant, Mr. Puba, for moderating this event and also doing the closing of this event. Of course, last but not least, thank you, Approved Group. Thank you, Mr. Sujen, for agreeing to present this seminar and or this webinar, and we hope to be able to receive your support in the future. So AICLA is really very, very encouraged by this strong response, particularly to the last two webinars hosted by Talent Asia Training and consulting services in Singapore. And as all are aware, Puba is also our counselor from Singapore in the international division. So we look forward to organizing more similar webinars in the future, so that all our members and our friends can we can share each other's experiences and knowledge. So without further ado, I wish everybody will find this webinar to be productive and walk away satisfied. If you are happy, please tell your friends. If you are not, please tell Puba. Okay, without further ado, I shall hand over the mic to Sujen to start the webinar.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Okay, before I begin, I would like to Can you guys hear me? Can I see a thumbs up? Done to us. Most importantly, it has disrupted physical connectivity. even though we have access to many countries with COVID in place, but there are certain countries, there are certain areas in the world that we are unable to access due to the borders being closed. So with this happening at the moment, failures and accidents are continuously occurring. We are not able to stop that from occurring. So the industry must go on to strive, right? So due to this, the forensic investigators are unable to be at the scene physically. This imposes a limitation to the investigation. Since you are not able to be there, we are not able to obtain a lot of things. So how do we conduct this remote site investigations, right? Without being at site physically. That's what we're going to look at. So the COVID-19 scenario, even before I go into it, we at AGI have been continuously evolving, in equipping technology into our investigation. But it has been something in a slow phase, okay? But due to this COVID, we had to evolve in this. We had to bring forth, we have to fast forward our technological evolution in forensic investigation. So how did we tackle it? Before I go into that, I'm going to show you what is Industrial Revolution first. The first Industrial Revolution, which happened in before World War, introduced the mechanized units, something like steam engine, diesel engine. All this were, the mechanical evolution in industries. This was introduced by the Industrial Revolution 1. Then Industrial Revolution 2 brought forward the electricity. Then the third one brought in the computers. And now currently we are looking at Industrial Revolution 4.0. This 4.0, what does 4.0 do? It actually combines all these three industrial revolution into one. It automates the machineries. It combines its workability and produces something automated. Okay, it communicates between each other to produce what we want. Okay, it can be applied to a lot of machineries and industries. So this Industrial Revolution 4.0 was first introduced in Germany in 2011. They made it their national strategy and later adapted by all other countries. So what we are going to look at is...
Sorry, Sujen, can you just give me 1 second? I would like to request everybody to switch off the video so that we can have better access or clear line. So please switch off your video for now, switch off your mic as well. Let the speaker continue. Thank you, Sujen.
Thank you, Puba. So now we have been talking about Industrial Revolution 4.0. Coming back to Puba, I think you need to off your mic as well.
Sorry.
Thank you. So now coming back to Industrial Revolution 4.0. So this technology which we are using in forensic investigations is called the 3D. So this 3D camera is incorporating Industrial Revolution 4.0 in it. So in Industrial Revolution 4.0, there are 9 pillars. We are only going to look at the 3 major pillars which we have, the 3D camera has been incorporating it in the functionality of it. Okay, we at AGI site visits, we can only use this 3 at the moment. Okay, one is big data analytics. The other one is industrial Internet of Things. The other one is cloud computing. Okay, so this is with all its long spec which you can see on your left, but it weighs about 3 kgs, 3 kilograms. Okay, and it has 99% range accuracy, and the lens is 4K full glass, means that it can produce ultra high definition quality imaging. Okay, and this 3D camera's accessibility, the range of it is 360 digitalize it. It can also move 300 degrees up and down. Okay, and the pictures which you have taken in 3D can also be incorporated to produce two-dimensional pictures, high quality two-dimensional pictures. Okay. The rest of it are just its specs, more on explaining about what its functionality is and what are remote site visits are live feed glasses. Okay. So these live feed glasses, how does this work is the glasses have a camera. I'm sure that quite a lot of you would have heard about this kind of spy glasses and all that. It's similar to that, but what enhances this is these glasses are connected to an application in your phone, and the application investigating the scene. If you put on these glasses, it's going to live feed to the end user wherever they are in the world. Okay, this is how the live feed glasses work. So later as we go on, I'm going to explain how and live feed. I'm going to camera glasses to do the 3D camera. So as we know, without physical presence of our investigators, the ability to retrieve the evidence, is not there. They are unable to retrieve evidence. Even if you're going to, or the site, the scene investigation for us, the data which can be someone who is very, very far away. So let's say I'm going to look at a space where fire began. I need to look at details of close-up views. I need to look into the close-up views. I need to look at the whole area scene. So this would require a lot of data with enormous space. So what does this 3D camera do? How is it different from a conventional camera? What this 3D camera does is it scans the whole area in one sweep and extracts all data into the 3D imaging. It does the 3D modeling from it. So this is how the big data analytics is incorporated into the 3D camera. And then the next one, which I spoke about, the Internet of Things, IoT, of 3D camera. So IoT means that it intelligently gathers the data and connects all data together to produce the the product which we are wanting to obtain. So all data gathered through big data analytics fed into the three-dimensional cameras designated iPad. So the 3D camera, it works together with the iOS device, the Apple device. So what it does, it obtains all the pictures, all the scans together. It stitches all the scans together to provide a 3D walkthrough. So when I say stitch, meaning that let's say your eyes are looking at a space, but with the photograph, you can only be able to get the space at one angle only. So what does this 3D camera do? It captures all and intelligently it matches one to another to produce the 3D imaging. So that's what IoT, that's how IoT is incorporated into the 3D camera. So the next one, cloud computing of 3D camera. We all know what is cloud storage. I think for past 10 years, we have been using computing is also incorporated into 3D camera, where whatever we are capturing, whatever we are registering, it is sent to a storage far away, to be saved at one end. So all scans produced are stored in 3D camera cloud storage. Okay. This storage can be accessed at any time, anywhere. Copy paste, from any browser, and you can access this from any browser, either from your mobile phone or from your computer, any browsers. So I'm going to show some details of this 3D camera. As I stated before, it converts real life spaces to immersive twin models. When I say twin models, it looks the same, but it brings the site to you. Okay, that's the twin model we are talking about. The 3D models are 99.9% accurate in measurement. And finally, the 3D models can be tagged by the user. You can tag the models as you walk through. You'll be able to, what you call, possible point of, so that the clients will be able to understand where and what has the point, so that it happen. Okay, so this is our camera, 3D camera. So how it does a scan is this computer can, where as a video of how it does the scan. Okay, this is how it does the scan. It rotates through, okay, 360 degrees. It sweeps, and so going to include the hold the next, incorporate this 3D camera, and are we going to in live feed glasses to do a scan and to do individual. The individual could be anyone, could be loss register, surveyor, claim specialist. If it is the insured who is willing to do the scan for us, that's even better. So anyone who has access to this only need to have access to the site. We at AGI, we will do online training to them over platforms like Zoom or whatsoever. And we will produce the toolkits required. The 3D camera and the live feed glasses will be sent over to them through our delivery partners. Okay. And then once the training is conducted, day one, and data which has been scanned will be automatically uploaded to the device which they are holding. This device, the iOS device, and the camera, the 3D cam, is paired, and all the data will be given to them. And again into our server. That's the cloud system which we were talking about previously. So day two, our forensic consultant, Google consultants, we are going to capture this 3D reality model. Literally, consultant, we are going to Google and analyze the 3D, walk through these areas. So it's literally bringing the site to the investigator rather than the investigator going to the site. So once we have already found the area of origin, see with this, so that is where the next step comes in. We will be able to investigate to a certain point where we are able to see what is the area of failure or area of origin, or what could have happened. So there might be few possible areas which we need to look into detail again. So day three, the person who has the access to site, okay, the individual, he puts on, the person goes glasses, or we guide them through, evidence, okay, possibly if it is due a fire due to an electrical fault, then the electrical cables which are found can be sent back to our HQ, where we will further analyze it through lab tests, and all the individual who access the site, we are able to see the site through their eyes. It is like a first-person view. So once this analysis is done, okay, so we will conduct a final analysis of the 3D scan, and the live feed is now completed. That live feed can also be recorded and archived. Okay, so now the case conclusion will be concluded already. The case will be concluded already. And then we will present this to the client using animations and simulations. Okay. So in my previous slide, so this is the flow where you can see in the beginning, the investigator, so the client and the toolkits, the 3D camera and the live feed glasses are sent over to them. Training is conducted. The client goes to site and does the 3D scan. Okay, the 3D site is uploaded, and specialists from HQ view the site and does an walkthrough to investigate. Okay, and then once the areas are marked up, the client now goes in back again with the Wi-Fi glasses. We do a further investigation to check what has happened, how it has happened, and we finalize on our findings. And finally, we deliver the case through report writing. And depending on case complexity, we deliver it with animation and simulations. So now I'm going to show you a very short video of how a 3D walkthrough looks like. Okay, I'm going to play it twice if there is a lag so that you will be able to view this better. Okay, so this is how it goes. This is actually a vehicle fire investigation. You can see how the scan is done in detail. You can look into areas and you can zoom into areas. You can see all cables and all areas which are burned up. So this is what the 3D camera will be able to produce. Okay, so I'm going to play it again so that you'll be able to briefly look at it. Okay. So as you see, we are able to access all aspects of this fire on the car. Okay. So with this, you can pause, you can tag, you can measure, you can even zoom in to look at the details of this picture. Okay, this is just a short example. We'll go through detailed examples later when we go through the slides. Okay, so I'm going to show you real life remote site visits, which we have conducted. The first one is going to be a boiler failure remote investigation, and the other one is going to be a fire site remote investigation. So this, we are going to talk about these two cases so that you will be able to gather what I'm trying to give to you. Okay, so this is a 3D scan of the boiler. Okay. Now you are looking at the dollhouse. The whole scan, after it is completed, when it is uploaded into the server, this is the aerial view or the dollhouse view. It is called the dollhouse. Actually, it looks like a dollhouse. What we have done here is we are not using the software to show how the movements are done. We have screen recorded, we utilizing the software in our computers so that you will be able to view better because the software is too heavy for you to view it in detail. So this is a boiler, 6-story boiler. The scan is done from top to bottom. So what we are going to look at is we are going to look at the 6th floor of this boiler. Okay, you can see the dollhouse slowly rotating and we are going into the 6th floor. You're looking at the steam drum of the boiler at the moment. Okay. And this is a virtual walkthrough which you're doing actually. You're looking at all the steam drums. And as you go further, okay, you are going to, we did go to a point where we found a proximate area of failure. So what has happened to this boiler is that the tubes have failed, the tubes have bent during water starvation. So as the engineering failure investigation, it came to the conclusion there isn't for sure. So we need to look into the auto which could have caused it. Looking at the condition of the transmitter, I'm showing you, now I'm pointing to the tag here. Okay, this is the area which we have tagged. We suspected that the transmitter might be faulty, but we were wrong. So this is where the the live feed glasses come into play, where once we have detected this, now the person who has access to site goes and does further investigation while we guide them through the live feed glasses. So what has happened is, I'm going to play this video back again as I'm talking through, okay? So what has happened is, when the boiler got starved out of water, the heat transfer was not proper. So the tube started absorbing all the heat and it bent. So our initial analysis through the 3D walkthrough, looking at the condition, the outer condition of this boiler water level transmitter, we thought that this could have failed, and which led to the boiler's water input becoming lesser, and it was not able to cope up with the demand of it. But later, after we tested this through multimeters, we found that this was working well. So whatever which is connected to this, whatever which is actuating the initial input to water of this boiler could have failed or might have failed. So what we did is we told our access to site to have the live fit glasses on and to inspect the actuator further. So the next slide, we are going to show the person with their live fit glasses, okay, investigating this particular boiler feed water actuator. Okay, you can see that this is the pneumatic cylinder, and this is where the casing is. You are looking at it invertedly because the person is wearing the glasses and looking at it. Now, as he stepped down, it's back to normal what you call view position. So I'm going to play back the video again so that you'll be clear on what is happening here. Okay, so you can hear the hissing sound over there. It's because the air is leaking out of this air actuated cylinder. Okay, so due to that, what has happened is the actuation of the valve has been halted. It was not able to open more than 60%. So as the boiler's demand increased, the water was consumed more, but the demand was not able to be coped up by this actuator. That's where the starvation of boiler occurred. So next, next case 2, we are going to look at another 3D walkthrough of a fire investigation. Okay, it's a recorded view again. We're going to show you the areas which are tagged. Okay, in the previous slides, you are not able to see this white circles. Okay, these white circles are the points where the scan was conducted. Okay, so now as I play the video, you'll be able to see that the person is walking through this 3D imaging. Okay, these are the areas which are tagged. You can see the fire extinguisher is tagged, the corridor ceiling is tagged, and you can also change the color of this tagging. Okay, the red tag which you can see is the possible areas of fire. Okay, and also we are going to show you the measurements. Okay, when you switch on to measurement mode, you can do literal measurement. These measurements are 99.9% accurate. So let's say if you want to measure from point of origin to the fuel which was available, you'll be able to get a proper measurement to state that how far the fuel was available from the point of origin, or how far the ignition source was available from the point of origin. Now, the whole 3D walkthrough has gone into a snapshot mode. You can see bottom there is a red camera button. By clicking onto it, you'll be able to get the high definition pictures of any area which you want to gather as photograph to be included into your report. So these are the example of cases which we have conducted remotely. Okay, few of it were in Thailand, few of it were in Vietnam. And now, okay, so how are we going to achieve case conclusions? As I said, obtained results are explained through simulation and animation to clients. This depends on the case complexity. Okay, our subject matter specialists, if required, we will do a 3D walkthrough, a live 3D walkthrough with our clients through any platform similar to Zoom or MS Teams. Okay, so as we walk through, we explain each and every tagging which we have produced in the 3D, 3D modeling, and then we will show out those areas how a fire has traveled or how a failure has occurred. So detailed investigation report are finally prepared together with the link of 3D scans. These 3D scan links will be available for our client to access anytime, anywhere, throughout. No matter it's going to take 100 years, it will be still in our archive. They can access it anytime. So, other than what we have spoken before, we have looked into technologies which helped in obtaining this remote site visit and remote investigation data. So now do we deliver the case? So we have a software called Blender, which does simulation methods deliver the case. So an animation of the incident. Okay, a software called, okay. So I'm going to show you two examples of our cases done by our consultants. So the first example is going to be of a high voltage reactor. So in order to explain further on how this high voltage reactor works, and then we have another case showing a glass door, a heavy door falling onto a person and and impacting the person. So to understand the scenario, how the glass door or this heavy door could have fell, we had to animate this as well. So this is an animation showing how the glass door could have fell. So this is how the client at the other end will be able to absorb how it has occurred. So now we are going to go into the last segment of our webinar. This is an activity time. I'm going to show you how to do a 3D scan with just using your mobile phone. But unfortunately, this only works on iOS devices or Apple devices. Assist you in doing remote site visits. Let's say an agent is restricted. So they can tell anyone who is at site to conduct the same which I have explained just by using their mobile phone. There will be some limitations to the mobile phone. The quality of the product will not. What we are trying to give here is at least a method which is readily available for you to conduct your site visits without engaging anyone. So the first step is to download the Matterport capture. Okay, the Matterport free accounts are actually free. You don't need to pay anything. There's no catch in this. This is a proper takeaway for you all. Okay, so you got device Matterport capture app, and step 2, you need to sign up just as usual. How you sign up for your email and other accounts? You just key in your name, your email, and your password. Okay, you'll be able to sign up. And when it comes to organization, this what you call application has a restriction where one organization cannot be used by 2 people, okay, 2 individuals. So the organization name can be something, you can name it as you wish, okay, but you should not be having the same organization as another user. So you need to have a different organization name keyed into this, okay. And then step 4 is the industry which you are in. It's very clear, and the service provider. And then finally, you need to click on I'm not a robot, and that's it. You are registered. Okay. So you go back into the app, you sign into the app with your login credentials, which you have created before. And once you enter the app, the install Cortex, this will prompt. Do not cancel this. Let it download because this is coding which is required for the app to function. This is basically an artificial intelligence which does the 3D cameras work here in your mobile. Okay, so let it download. Once it's download, press on continue, and you'll have this screen. In this screen, on your right bottom corner, you'll see a plus symbol. You can start scanning an area by pressing onto this. You can start from a point, just to test out, to experiment with this what you call software. You can start with a small area like bedroom and office before you get familiarized with the application. Okay. So once you start, this particular tab will prompt, and you just click on save. If your location is on for this application, it will be filling up the whole form automatically. If it is not, then you need to key in manually onto this. And once you save, you are ready to go. Okay. You can see this symbol down there, which we have boxed in red and showed in arrow. Okay. So you can click on and your capture will start. So we're going to show in the next step how a live capture is done. We have done a trial, an example on how this scan can be done using your phone. Okay, we have done it in our alleyway of our office. Okay, so this is a screen capture. You can see that. So once you start capturing, it will show in a white circle. You need to follow the circle on all angles which the camera is asking you to take. And the moment you align that circle onto the outer circle, it will capture the images accordingly. Once the image is fully captured, okay, now you just need to wait for the whole thing to be captured properly. Once that's done, it will process the whole scan. Okay, if you look at the bottom part, okay, of this video, you'll see there's a camera there, okay, right? So what we are going to do is, we're going to move from number 1, the blue color number 1 over here, and we are going to move further away to here to complete the scan. Okay. So we have moved from one point to another point to complete the scan. So we are doing the same over here. We're scanning that area. Okay. So as we scan through, it's going to produce this same imaging which it has done. So once the scan is now complete, it will also save. Now, after the processing is done, you will be able to see 2 scans in this aerial view of it. Okay, now you can see. So why is a multiple scan required? The more scans you do, the better the picture quality or the better the area where you cover will be. Okay, so once you have completed the scans, okay, what you need to do is you need to log into your account, okay, Matterport via a browser. Okay, a browser can be accessed through your mobile or the a laptop. Okay, you need to go into the Matterport portal, not in your app, but into the portal on the web itself. Okay, all your scans, after you have taken it, it will be saved in the portal, because your mobile or your device will not be able to store this enormous amount of data. So that is the reason where this cloud system is available over the net. So you go into mymatterport.com, okay, and then you sign in, okay, you sign in as usual. You go to mymatterport.com, use the scan which you have done, being processed, and it will be still processing for some time depending on Wi-Fi quality or your bandwidth. Okay, and once that is done, once you are in the you're showing another what you call feature of it, that the previous browser was accessed through mobile. Now this browser is accessed to your computer. The same thing over there on top, which we have boxed in red, which you have done previously. So this is how your scan is going to look. So this is the alleyway scan which we did. This is the dollhouse which you are going to see. And now you're going to walk through this area. Okay. As you walk through the same circles, you can see below. Okay. These are the scan areas. Okay. And you might be wondering when you look, okay, I'm going to run through the video again. So the particular model, blurry image on top. Okay, I'm going to run blurry image on top. Okay, this is the limitation of your mobile device. Your mobile device does not have this 360 capturing camera. I mean, capturing lens. So this is where the limitation occurs, where you will not be able to. This particular method will still be very useful to you if you are going to access a site, and let's say if you will still be very far away. Investigation or failure investigation knowledge can do this for you by utilizing this application. So if I was too fast, or if you did miss how to install this application in your phone and do the 3D scan, a few specialists will guide you through on how to install this. Okay, so I have given this. I will just give few seconds over here for you to maybe take a photograph of this so that you can call him up. Okay, so I think that's all about it. Thank you for AICLA, Mr. Andrews, in our remote site visits and what you call delivery. I think I will be handing over the floor to Mr. Puba. Thank you, Mr. Puba. Hi, Mr. Puba.
Yeah, thank you, Sujen. I have now blocked everybody. I've muted everybody, and now be able to take the Q&A session. Thanks, Sujen, for the very interesting presentation. But we acknowledge there were some technical issues with the sound. There was some sound dropping and some sound lagging in the system. But not to worry, Sujen is able to take some answers. So to kick off the Q&A session, I want to ask Sujen one question. Can you just share how many jobs have you undertaken using this technology? And the second question is, what were your challenges when operating remotely from where you are? You're in Kuala Lumpur, you're dealing with your colleague out in Jakarta. What were the biggest challenges so far? Sujen?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Puba. Okay, initially, as we started on with this technology, Mr. Puba, you need to mute again. Sorry. Okay, as we started on with this technology, we've been looking into this technology in the beginning to capture and archive all the evidence so that anyone can access it anytime. But later, as COVID came into play, we had to improvise the same technology to do our remote site visits. So if you ask me, the challenges we faced were, in the beginning, we were not applying the method of training our clients to use this device. But as time went on, we still had cases coming from overseas, and all that. So in the beginning, we were quite, stuck on with it. So that's when we actually came up with this Matterport 3D application, where we actually told them to use this to do the scanning. But the application had some amount of limitation to it. So then we upgraded ourselves into using the 3D camera itself. So if you ask me challenges at the moment, I think when they do the scans at sites, the sites can be very much disastrous. The base could be, slightly up and down. So being someone who has just newly been trained, our clients who are at overseas, they face the challenge of placing this camera steadily. So there's been issues where the camera has been actually damaged as well. So, but then we were still able to, repair the camera and come back on time and gather all the evidences. I believe I've answered you.
Yeah, thank you, Sujen, for that answer. Now I'd like to invite the floor, anybody from the floor to ask questions. Ramai teman-teman dari Jakarta juga bersama. So dijemput bertanya dan Pak Sujen boleh menjawab dari Jakarta. I think Pak Bambang from APARI has just joined us. Maybe he has some questions to ask. Pak Bambang? Who is Pak Bambang Suseno? Is the president of APARI, the broker association in Jakarta. Pak Bambang, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Pak Uba. Thank you very much, Sujen, for the interesting presentation. I'm sorry I'm not in the camera, so I hope that's fine with you. Yeah. So I would like to ask about the inquiry to subscribe or to utilize the tools from the AGI. So what's actually the requirement for your partners to utilize the tools, Sujen?
There is no requirement here, Mr. Bambang, Pak Bambang. The thing is, as long as you want us to investigate the case, we will be more than happy to share our tools with you. We will send over the tools with you to be held by you, and we will do physical training, online training to you through Zoom platform or MS Teams. Once you are able to understand how the tool works, and you'll be able to do the scan, and we will do the case for you. Or if, let's say, you only want us to do the scans and the case is not required by us to be done or whatsoever, that's fine by us as well. So it depends on you. We go by our clients' requests.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sujen.
Yeah,
Maybe
thank you.
One more question, Pak.
Yes, silakan,
Yeah.
silakan.
Sorry. So what's the accuracy of the tools when you try to compare with the real, I mean the actual survey to the site? When you try to compare the manual survey and the survey using your tools, what's the accuracy of the tools?
The accuracy of the tools is 99.9% actually, to be very frank, because the measurements or any areas which you want to view or see is able to be delivered exactly. That's the beauty of this 3D camera. I believe that to experience this firsthand, it is best if we do what you call one-on-one a video conference with you to show that how a 3D walkthrough is made. Actually, you will be amazed to see how this 3D camera captures the whole area and just digitalize it. It's like the whole site is brought to you rather than you going to the site. You'll be able to see each and every detail. You can even zoom into the minimal details to observe what is fallen there. So we have actually did, I think, about 100 plus cases using this 3D application. There are few cases which we have done, through remote site visit, through the methods which I have stated. There are few more site visits which we do physically, but we still do the 3D scan, because end of the day, even physical site visits, sometimes we overlook certain evidence. But with this 3D scan in hand, you will never miss one evidence. It's there always, archived, ready for you to access anytime. So that's the beauty about this 3D camera.
Okay, thank you very much, Sujen.
Okay.
Thank you, Pak Bambang.
Thank you, Pak Bambang, for that question. I want to invite Mr. Chan Peng Siu. Mr. Chan Peng Siu is the president of the Loss Adjuster Association from Singapore. Mr. Chan, do you have any specific question, or you just want to introduce yourself? Mr. Chan Peng Siu?
Puba, thanks for the session. I think it's a very informative session. I suppose this will be things to come in time lah. No other comments then.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chan. We like to take this opportunity once again, thank LAS for the support for this seminar organized by AICLA. Next, I have our member has given a message. Sujen, the question is from Roy Nguyen and Nguyen Hong Thong. The question is, in some areas, there may not be 3G or 4G or internet access. Does this affect the 3D equipment and also the 3G or 4G problem?
Okay, if there is areas where 3G or 4G issues are there, I believe the 3D camera itself is going to capture all this data in the beginning first, okay? Because now you have your mobile device and the 3D camera in place. So the 3D camera is going to communicate with your mobile device. It will not upload all those scanned items to the server until you have what you call 4G or 3G connection. So once you have done the whole scan, okay, once you have done the whole scan, what it's going to do is going to communicate with the application in your mobile, send all the data to your mobile. It's going to be floating in your mobile until you have a 3G or 4G connection. The moment you have that, it's going to relay all the data back to the Matterport's portal server. So yeah, there will be a time lag where after the scan, you will not be able to immediately access the scan in the Matterport portal because of this limitation there. But once you are able to go to a site where there is proper internet connection, immediately it will transmit all this data to the server and then you can access. So I think I have answered that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that answer. I wanted to ask our friend Bu Myra Panjaitan from PT Rajawali Pialang Asuransi. She's also our friend in Jakarta. Maybe Bu Myra has a question or a comment to say about this remote sensing equipment. Silakan, Bu.
Oh ya, Pak Puba, thank you so much. This is a very good event for today. The topic is very interesting because I've just read also Swiss Re 2020 discussion about Industry 4.0. I wanted to ask about this equipment that you have. Is it using a lithium-ion battery?
Yes, Miss Myra, this camera uses a lithium-ion battery.
Okay, because one of the things that I've read is that one of the risks involved in lithium would be fire. And that has something to do with impacting on the business interruption and environmental liability claims. So I think one of the things that we need to tackle as well is how do we, as second user, who's going to be liable, I guess, once we are using this equipment, or how are we going to prevent it? What are the measures that are what are your measures of preventing it?
I'm sorry, Ms. Myra, I was not able to hear you very clearly. So I believe I'm going to repeat what you have asked. Just make sure that I'm answering the correct question. So you have asked that the camera uses a lithium-ion battery, and if that happens to fail or explode on site, how are we going to handle this liability issue? Is that right? Yes, correct.
Yes, because yeah, that's true. Because we will be the one who's going to use this equipment, and we also avoid additional risks involved as if it's going to be used in the site for our client.
Okay. Okay. First of all, this particular camera has already been concealed in such a way that it is protected from the environment. Okay. Number one, we have actually faced these challenges while we actually took this these 3D scans. Me personally have held this camera 6-7 floors above. And it fell.
Sorry. So I'm going to mute everybody again, and you will come back in because of the noise.
Can do. Okay, sure. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes.
I think you got to mute yourself as well.
Sorry.
So okay. So now, as I was saying, this whole camera has been cased in such a way that it is protected from the environment. No matter heat or any sort of chemical fumes which are available is not able to seep through this casing to affect the lithium-ion battery. So I have personally faced an issue where this particular camera slipped off my hand and fell from 7th floor of a building, and it hit ground. So when this happened, we found a dent on the camera, but to my shock, when we brought the camera back, it was perfectly okay. So there was no impact on the battery because the concealment is in such a way that it is protected from the environment. Okay, and this is actually approved by IATA. IATA approved system. So we believe that these segments, which are actually quite how can I put it? You feel that it could be liable, in such a way that you might be affected, or someone, the end user might be affected. We do have coverage for that, number one, but do not rely on the coverage. Believe us when we say that this particular device is very, very robust and it is really protected from the environment. So any impact to this camera will only be absorbed on the outer area of it. The casing is made such. So the impact will not be transferred to the lithium-ion battery. I hope I have answered you, Ms. Myra.
Yes, Pa, I think you have. And I think it's also a good input that we have this discussion. So it's a good input on your side on any development or any recommendations or how to prevent certain risk mitigating risk as we are going to look at this new equipment.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Bu Myra. So Sujen, you actually dropped the device.
Yes, we have literally dropped the device from a 7th floor, and it has not only happened once, but it has happened few times though, because due to site conditions, sometimes we tend to lose our footing. Sometimes due to these hanging cables hitting onto the camera, it has happened. Not our clients, but we ourselves have dropped it, and the camera is still functioning well. No issues with the camera.
You're lucky you didn't fall down. Okay, I think there's a comment or question from our friend Tommy Nelson Barus. Yeah, Tommy Nelson Barus, are you able to open the mic to ask questions? Okay, but actually Tommy has already typed out a question in the chat. His question is, have your 3D forensic report been tested in court acceptable as legal proof either in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, and all ASEAN countries or in the world? Sujen, you want to say something? Because you want to say something about the origin of the camera is from Europe or American?
Okay, the camera brand name is called Metapod. Okay, and we are the forensic partners of Metapod in Asia. This is number one. Number two is, to be very frank, it has not been tested in court. There has never been a situation where this particular 3D modeling has been brought to court. Okay. But apart from that, let me be very clear to you when I state this particular scientific device. 3D modeling, not by Metapod, but in other technological enhancement, has been used multiple times. For an instance, NASA's expedition to Mars at the moment, they have actually done a lot of 3D modeling of this particular Mars and its crater before even they stepped into it. So their 3D modeling was 99.9% accurate, as equivalent to Metapods. I'm not saying they use Metapod to do it, but 3D modeling has been there and has been utilized for them to tackle the sort of issues where they are unable to go or reach. So to contest the rigidity of the data produced by this 3D camera, I believe that it is very much rigid and very much solid, whatever data which it's actually digitalizing. But if you want me to answer whether it has been tested in court, it is quite new. We have been utilizing this method for past 1 year. So I believe then there is no conditions where they have used it yet.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for the question.
Okay, we will have a group photograph taking session shortly. But meanwhile, is there any other questions? We have with us also our council member, Mr. Harold. Mr. Harold is representing Myanmar. Mr. Harold, you want to say a few words? Harold?
Yes, Upa.
Yeah, you have any questions or any comment about your observation on this remote technology?
Thank you very much, Sujen, about your presentation, right? It's very useful for adjuster, right? At this, this pandemic period, right, is very, very useful, especially in Myanmar region. At this moment, we can't do anything now, because now the Myanmar is under the military coup, so you can't do anything. But maybe in the very near future, we will do this one. Yeah. But some of the area we cannot visit. It's a very remote area. But anyhow, thank you, Sujen, for your presentation. It's very useful for our adjuster. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Harold.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Harold.
Thank you.
I now like to invite, I will mute everybody again, and then invite Mr. Walid Jishi. Mr. Walid is also with the AICLA committee before. He's based in Dubai, in the Middle East, Arab Law Adjusters. Mr. Walid Jishi, you have any questions or comments to add?
You can speak. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Mr. Walid.
How do you do?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm pleased with this excellent presentation, and I find it an opportunity to wish everybody all safety in this critical time. The only aspect which I would think that is still in the course of investigation, which warrants consideration all the time, is the human behavior. Remote investigation, it's very helpful, but still we have to look at the human behavior, because always we say the first link and last link in accidents is the humans and nature. I just wanted to make a hint at this aspect only. And thank you very much for this excellent presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Walid, for the comment. I'm going to mute everybody and then ask as one last question before we close the presentation and the session today. One last question. Anybody wants to open the mic to ask a question? Please do so. No questions from anybody? If there's no questions, then Sujen, can you switch off the PowerPoint presentation? And I invite everybody to switch on the video so that we can take a group photograph. We want to take a group photograph of everybody attending this training today. And I hope you found it useful. And this photograph session will be good for our record. We have a total of nearly 200 over participants who registered. And not to forget, we also have Zoom access. Sorry, we have online streaming as well from participants in using live streaming under DKTV. So if you're ready for the photograph session, then so I'm going to take a photograph now. Can I get a thumbs up from everybody for AICLA? A thumbs up from everybody? Yes? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I need to do something now. We still have people coming to join.
My video got disabled, I think.
Yeah, we are going to take the group photograph now. Okay, so can I request everybody to give me a thumbs up so that I can take a group photograph? A thumbs up. Yes. Yes. Okay, that's one. I need to go to the second screen now because there is a big group here. Second screen, thumbs up. Yes. Got second group. Now I go to the third group. Another big thumbs up, please. Yes, thank you. And then I go to the fourth screen. Yes. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, guys. So it was excellent to have all of you on this program. And I'd like to say thank you very much to Approved Forensics for this participation and sharing of the technology on this remote sensing. To our guest speaker, Mr. Sujen, thank you for the time. And to all of you participants who come from various countries in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and also other countries in Asia as well as Australia. Thank you for your time to join this AICLA event. I hope the sharing was useful. Terima kasih kepada teman-teman dari Indonesia dan Asia yang datang bersama dalam AICLA Training Center ini. So hope to see you all again. Thank you also to DKTV for broadcasting, live streaming as well, and to all our sponsors that we mentioned just now, APARI, MRI, and APCAI, and LAAS, and also MRI from Kuala Lumpur. So with that, thank you very much and goodbye. I will see you all again. Watch out for the next session coming up in next month.
Before you end, I see there's a question they have asked whether these slides can be shared or the video can be shared later.
Yeah, the slides will be shared through AICLA office. So not to worry, all those who registered online will be given the slides, right, Sujen? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. So we still have people coming in. If there are still people coming to join now, but the numbers are dropping. Thank you guys for your participation. Terima kasih teman-teman. Myra, bye-bye.
Thanks, Boba.
Bye, Harold. Bye, Harold. Thank you.
Thank you, Boba. Thank you, Sujen.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Boba.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Please stay safe, all of you.
Yeah, thank you.
See you later.